Hello, everyone. Very good morning and good evening, and welcome to our next session of Game of High Flyers, where we bring exciting success stories to you in the SAP career paths. And in today we have Mr. Suyog Ambarte with us. Suyog, before I put my gun on Suyog, let me give you a brief introduction about Suyog. So Suyog is basically a mechanical engineer, okay, and he recently joined in one of the company as a SAP TM Consultant. It's a FMCG-based product-based company. And his package, what he was working from the last year in the operation job, become 3 times by learning this module and starting in this module. So he started his career as a mechanical engineer, got placed in the campus interview, and then worked into a supply chain company for almost for 4 years, where he got a little bit introduced to SAP, and then he got interested in it, and then he went through the YouTube, and through the YouTube he came to know about me and about the Sastrageek solution, and then he booked a career counseling session, and then with the career counseling session together, I showed him the path of next 3 years, what he need to do it to jump his career into consulting, and then how he need to grow in the consulting. That path we have defined it together. Then he started his training with us. He has gone through SAP TM training. He has gone through the SAP Job and Mastery training with us. And within that, he jumped into the roles of a super user, and then he did a consulting for one of the company that is also into the supply chain. And recently he shifted to another job, and now he's working as a SAP TM consultant in one of the FMCG product-based company. So within this quick journey, if you compare that the last year as operation he was working and this year as a consulting, his package almost become 3 times if we compare that. So that much of growth he has done it. So his success journey is very exciting, starting from the operations and jumping into the technology and consulting to it. I would wish you hear more directly from the Suyog's mouth. Suyog, welcome to the Games of High Flyer.
Yeah, thank you so much, Parminder. It is a really nice opportunity, and thank you so much for inviting me for this really good sessions. So yeah, I'll start with my introduction. I'm Suyog, and I have completed my mechanical engineering, and then I was fortunate to be placed in a one of the leading supply chain company, and then where I get to know the exposure for operations, warehousing, all the processes related to it, the complexity while working in the operations field. And then there was opportunity uh, for some super users and for SAP TM specifically. And in a market, there are very limited resource for SAP TM. And then I started searching for it, and then I found that there is one good channel, and then I get to know about the Sastrageek solution. And then I have watched few of them their videos and get the understanding of SAP TM, and then I was able to move to a super user role. Uh, After moving to that super user role, I understood that my knowledge level are really basic. I need to learn it in a particular process and structured way. So I enrolled for Sastrageek solution, where I get to learn each and every detail of SAP TM start to end. And then I have moved to consulting organization. Uh, then I have given interviews of around 9 to 10 companies. Out of that, I was able to convert 4 offer letters with a really good hike. As Parminder mentioned, I was able to convert from uh, 3 times of my previous salary which I was getting. So yeah, it was all which I can explain about myself. But yeah, I can tell that the motivation which I received from Sastrageek was the key factor which helped me to trust on myself and trust on system. And then build my knowledge base so that I can move from operations to SAP world.
That's great. That's great to know about your story, Suyog. So, as you mentioned that you started from the YouTube and then you enrolled for our SAP TM course. That's a structured training. So, what difference you have find that first you was learning through the YouTube videos and then you have jumped into a structured training? What kind of key differences you have seen there?
Yeah, so basic difference was that when I was searching on YouTube, the topics were not in a structured way. It was scattered. We were not able to link it. What is the start? Why we have to maintain this configuration? All these things. And when I joined the Sastrageek course, it was really well structured. Each and every details was as per the process, which helped me to understand it quite better way, and also not just the configuration, the concept behind it. That was the key factor. The concept was explained really well, so I feel that the way the course is structured is a key difference between learning from anywhere and learning from Sastrageek.
Okay, thank you, Suyog, for that. So I always tell my audience and the people who comes that I always tell them that we are not into the business of SAP learning. We are into a business of SAP structured learning because the internet is full of content. There is nothing like that the content is not there. It's full of content. SAP Help is full of content. YouTube is full of content. Right now, the problem of the society is not the content. The problem of the society is the right structured content that is not there, right? That's where I found a lot of people. They are starting preparing and they have spent 1.5 year, 2 years. YouTube, Udemy, here, there, they are going. What is happening is that it's creating a situation which we call it as a analysis paralysis. You watch one video and it take you to the another video, to the third videos, and then you are just roaming around here and there and not hitting the target, right? So that's where we try that all of the courses are structured courses, which you can quickly go through it, and you also have a live session. You can ask the question, you work in a group, you work in a team, work together, and then also get motivated through the live sessions so that you can achieve your goal. So thank you. One more question I want to ask, that recently a lot of people ask me this question that, Parminder, what would be the future of SAP, after the training, whether the demands are there, interviews, calls will come, whether we'll be able to convert into the job or not. So I want to quickly ask you, you are into the job market, right? And I think last 1 year you have given the multiple interviews. So how's the job market looks like for SAP?
Yeah, so answer to this question, like definitely the demand in market is so high that the consultants are very less in like most of the module of the SAP. And when I consider like SAP TM, it was so high that I was getting call from HRs on everyday basis. And even I have multiplied my salary to a good extent, I can feel that it can be extended to really more uh, amount. And then so basically point is that the demand is really high. uh, uh, if you having a good knowledge base, if you have the required capabilities uh, and knowledge, you'll get a lot of calls, interview calls, and you'll be able to convert most of them. So yeah, demand is really high in SAP field.
Yes, demand is really high. I keep on saying that one
Yeah,
thing you need is the right skill set. Not only getting a right skill set, showcasing the right skill set in your CV is also is very important. So
right.
demand is there. And you have gone through the TM also. We'll talk about the TM, and you have gone through our also course SAP Job and Mastery. So in this full starting from your learning journey and then working as a consultant, how Job and Mastery helped you?
Yeah. So I still recall your lines that so job and mastery is a total package of whatever you need in SAP. So starting from resume building to the implementation exposure of the projects. I still recall your lines that you say, resume is not what you did, it is what you can do for the organization. So that really shaped my views, and then I prepared my resume on the basis of whatever I have learned and I can deliver to the organization, and that was reflected in the portal in Naukri.com and wherever I have uploaded my resume. So I have seen that effect. And then in Job and Mastery, it is really well explained how the project lifecycle management will work, how where there are different types of projects, how actual working in project will be looks like. So Job Hunt Mastery really gives us the internal test of the process and structure. So yeah, I feel that Job Hunt Mastery is a game changer. It will give us the practical and theoretical both exposure, and I, I would say that the demand of implementation, the people who did the implementation is really high in market. So Job Hunt Master is really a game changer and a key to success.
Yeah, to tell the audience that how the game change, how the job and mastery come into the picture, I'm not doing the training from last couple of years, almost 7, 8 years. I'm doing a dedicated trainings, and more than 10 years I'm doing the trainings, and I can write a book on my training and the training experiences. So what I found is that not only me, I am giving a training. A lot of people are getting trained from multiple places, but they are not able to get into the job, right? So what is the reason why they're not getting into the job? One of the reason you'll find all the company need experienced people. They need people who have experience, right? Because SAP is not a small thing. SAP is the heart of ERP. So experienced, intelligent people are required. Then it came to my mind, if industry needs experienced people, so give the industry experienced people. What industry need? Implementation. They need 1 or 2 implementation exposures. So we started with the job and mastery, which is not a small course, 60 to 70 hours, starting from that how your knowledge can be converted into a consultant, how the full end-to-end implementation project works. That we have explained, and we got very good success rates with that. Students who has gone through it, they are able to crack the interviews, they are able to showcase the experience, and then from there we got motivated, and then we started our internship programs where we make students sit into the group, and then they actually deliver the simulated projects. That also give them a lot of content to speak, and then they are a little bit ready for the projects. That's what industry wants, right? The people who are ready for the project, who can immediately come up and then they can start it up. So then company spending 6 months or 9 months of time on them to get trained on, right? So that's where Job and Mastery helps Suyog, and it's also helping a lot of other people. After seeing its benefit, I have marked most of the bundle courses. We have marked Job and Mastery as a complimentary, but this is a course which is not available anywhere, any part of the world, right? So it's great to hear that, Suyog, that you got benefited from the Job and Mastery. Now, a lot of people are sitting here. You might be interested here. Yeah, SAP TM interviews and the how the process works. So first we'll talk about when you go for the interviews, what kind of processes are there in different companies, what kind of rounds would be there, what would be the technical rounds, HR rounds, and how finally it reached out to the offer. So what is the overall interview process?
So process is really exciting. Like, will HR will first schedule our uh, interviews with the panel as per the panel availability and our availability, and then first round would be technical round. For some organization, there will be technical round 1 and technical round 2. For some of them, it will be technical round 1 only, and then the next round would be a managerial round where the manager will check our practical experience and as well as team management skill, and the last round will be HR discussion. I recall there was one more round which was to check our English, but that was what only I guess with Capgemini I can say. And for others, it was a technical, managerial, and HR round. So the structure was in this way.
That where also I tell you that Suyog is selling that only Capgemini was having English round. I remember there are earlier there are the multiple companies. One of the company who has recently diluted that process. That I think the Deloitte is one which was having a very stringent criteria for the English and communication. I have heard from a couple of people they are becoming lenient at that end, and they are actually removing it also for Qs for some skill set. They are removing it also that criteria. That is the indication, the demand in the market. With that strict demand, these companies are not able to fulfill all the candidates, right? So they are removing, they are also a little bit relaxing their selection criteria. That is also indication at how big the demand is there in the market.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you can also highlight, Suyog, that what kind of interview question, technical interview questions generally asked into the TM interviews?
Okay. So I'll cover the questions which was repeatedly asked. First question which most of the interviewers will ask is what is the integration or how the TM is integrated with SD.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the most common question. Then there will be uh, some interviewers will ask how the SAP TM end-to-end process works. So we have to start from deliveries, orders, and rate units, and till the FSD and invoice generation. So end-to-end TM process we have to explain. Then there will be a question related to charges, how the charges are calculated in freight order, and how FSDs are created. Then some common question will be how we can use the incompatibilities and conditions in uh, SAP TM. So we have to learn for that as well. And I feel, yeah, these were some of the repeated questions which I found in while my interview process. But yeah, we'll have more questions, and I guess we have one module in our course as well where we have the questions jotted down, which we can go through, and we'll have even 40% to 60% same question asked in interview as well. So yeah, that was also a help.
Okay, sure. And we will be enriching that directory with your experience. Getting questions from you will further enrich that directory so that more students can get benefit out of it.
Yep.
So that's good. So if you are preparing for SAP TM interview, you understand that integrations are important, charge calculations are important, and knowing the end-to-end cycles are important, right? And then compatibilities and some other topics which has been highlighted by Suyog. Make sure at least those part you focus on. This will be asked into 70 to 80% of the interviews. So thank you, Suyog, for that. And now you have given a multiple interviews, which I know that you have at least 9 to 10 interviews you have given in last 1 year. The 4 to 5 job offers also you got it. And in few places you was not able to get the offer, maybe on first, second, or third round, they have not initiated ahead. What do you think that what was the difference the companies you was able to crack into the job offers and companies you was not able to crack into the job offers? What do you think? What is the key difference between those processes?
Okay, so when we say key difference, I feel that was the practical exposure. When I have gone through all the concept strategies and all the process flow, I was really good with theory. And in four to five offer letters which I received, I have cracked first round, second round, and third round, all three. And for the remaining ones, I was able to clear the technical round. But when it comes to second round, the practical scenarios, the errors which we will get, and how we resolve them. So there were some questions which I have not practiced that well, and also like I have not enrolled for internship which Sastrageek is providing. I think that is a key difference. If I might have enrolled for it and I had practiced well, I might have been received more offers as well. So yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. 9 out of 9, 4 is a very good, very high percentage rate, Suyog. So it shows that you have really done well. And I always tell people that you actually don't need four. If you, especially the people who are starting their career journey, you just need a one, right? And many times people go for one, two, and three interviews and they get okay, our selection nahi hua. Then they leave the things. I have some success stories. They have given 10 to 11 interviews and they got one offer letter. And after getting one offer letter, when I check back with them, they are working successfully as a implementation consultant, and now they don't have any lack of the offers, right? So make sure you keep working on towards your goal. Don't get discouraged from the not getting selected. There can be multiple another reasons can be there not getting selected. Sometime between the interviews, the requirements got dropped, okay? Or by the time your process is happening, they have already selected another candidate. A lot of things can happen. So don't get discouraged from the rejections. Each rejection is another milestone, another step for you towards the success.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. I even recall that the strategy which we were following, that you have explained that the first 10 interviews which you will be giving, you might get a offer or not, but then afterwards you will have a lot of opportunity and you will be able to convert most of them. So just to start and just to give interview uh, is the key. Like you have to start giving interviews once you have a good knowledge set. So yeah, I guess that worked. It was never a goal that we should get a offer, but it was a goal to just give the interviews and understand how much we know and what are the things we need to work on.
yeah, 10 interviews, if you have given at least 10 to 15 questions in each interview, it has been asked. So you have a inventory of 150 questions. And believe 11th interview, there would be just two, three questions would be added into that inventory. If you have already prepared for 150 questions in 10 interviews, you would be hardly having any new surprises or any new questions.
Right.
So that helps you a lot.
Yeah, and one more thing I'd like to add is that it's not that you have to answer all the questions which interview asks. It's just a 50-60% questions that you need to answer, and on that basis, you'll be selected. So it's not like you have to answer all the questions.
That's right.
Yeah,
Even our trainers, even myself, I don't know each and everything about TM.
yeah,
Each module is ocean, right? It's not possible that even the 10 years experience people knowing each and everything. So, rightly said, you need not to answer the 100% question. If 60, 70% you can answer with confidence, you get selected.
yeah.
Now, the last part, Suyog, what are the top guidelines for the people, aspirants who are working towards SAP TMs? What would you guide them, how they should go and how they should get prepared themselves so that they should be able to crack interviews?
Yeah, okay. So, considering my journey, I can give few points. So first thing which I did and that worked for me, that was focus. So when I say focus, I just analyzed my time when I just joined the course, and I found that I need to dedicate at least 1 2 hour daily. So that I'll have that consistency. And when I analyzed my time, I found that most of my time was going on some social media apps, and then I uninstalled them for 3 months. It was a strict decision for me because I have not did it before, and I was not sure it will work or not. But yeah, it worked for me. I Whatever time I received, I was thinking of learning the SAP TM, and I was dedicating that time to it. So that was the one thing which I'll suggest, even if you don't feel that it will work, but just try once. Give some focus time for at least 3 months, and you'll see the results. Second thing which I'll suggest is that what Parminder rightly mentioned, that you will have the question banks. Like whenever you are giving the interview, keep a goal as you have. After completing the interview, you will note each and every questions. You will go through that questions, whatever you have answered and whatever you have not answered. You have to analyze both questions and uh, enhance the knowledge where we are lacking behind. So and after 3 4 interviews, you'll have like 60 70% of question, and no surprises will be there. So that is one of the key which I experienced. I have taken a new book and started on that from the back page till I completed all the interviews. So that was the second thing. And third thing I will say, you have to make your hands dirty. You have to practice the things. There is no option. You'll like you will get to know all the concepts and the process, but we can say to know it more, to know the exceptions, to understand the errors and to resolve them, and like enhance your practical experience, you have to make your hands dirty and continuously practice on the system. So that will be the third thing. Fourth thing which I'll suggest is that you have to prepare your own notes, which you can just have a look and revise it. So while interviews, you will hardly have 15-20 minutes before the interview, and you should be just have a time to look on the topics, and you should get recalled all the concepts. So that will be the fourth thing which I'll suggest. So yeah, these are some of the things which I like to address. And most important thing which one I missed is that trust. So you have to trust on the processes, strategies which we are having. The Sastrageek, which as Parminder mentioned, it is structured in such a way that you will understand it easily. So you have to trust on the processes, and also you have to trust that there is a lot of demand in market. If you are preparing in a right way and right strategy, you will definitely be able to change your life. So yeah, I'll say that, and that's all what I can explain, Parminder. Yeah. And
Very important things, very important things Suyog has touched about, and very one of the things which is a soft topic but very very important, not only for TM to get success in any area. Focus on the time and strategizing your time. Understanding the importance of the time is very important. In the last 7 years, I have not only provided the training, I have did a lot of analysis that, yeah, why students are not able to get succeed, right? This is one of the reason also people come, people join, but they are not able to devotedly given their time, which is required, right? And they are busy in so many things. So that's what you need to understand, yeah, what are the things which is eating your times, which is not important. One of the thing which has been done by Suyog is very good. He has uninstalled the unnecessary phone application, which is unnecessary eating your time. I also keep on cleaning every 3 months, 6 months, wherever I find that the things which is unnecessarily eating my time, it is shifting my focus. I remove from my phone, whether it's a WhatsApp group or whether it's any other thing which is defocusing me, I try to remove them. Your focus is very important. You need to understand that time is money, right? Once you understand that, put the time into the right places with focus, the results definitely will come out. Okay, with that, we would be ending our this chapter here. So I would thanks and congratulate Suyog for his success journey, and thank you Suyog for coming up here so that other people can motivate, other people can understand, other people can learn and do the things in the right way after this episode, after watching this episode. That's what we wish. And thank you for coming here. Thank you for sharing your experiences. Thank you for motivating other audience so that they can walk on the right track.
Yeah, Parminder, thank you so much to you as well. I must say you are adding values to many of the people's life, and I'm one of them. So I'm really thankful to have discussion with you and to have your time. So thank you so much, Parminder. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words, Suyog. The real success is doing the success story and knowing that, okay, some people life is changing because of us. That is the best reward which I can get it. Thank you. Thank you for giving that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for listening to us for this success stories. We'll be coming back with more success stories, with more job and with more game of high flyer sessions. And stay tuned with us. Bye bye.